What up, guys? GZ TV here, and we're back with another video. And in this video, we are doing playoff predictions. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Starting with the East play-in, we have the Celtics Wizards, we're picking the loser of this game. I already have who's going to the playoffs here. So yeah, Celtics are going to lose to the Wizards. Now, yeah, I'm a Celtics fan, and I should probably have a little more confidence in our team, but I just think that the Wizards are too good. They're too red hot. They have Beal, they have Westbrook. Let me check, make sure this stuff is working. I think it is. Okay. Pacers, Hornets. You pick the winner of this one. Sorry, Hornets, but you're getting eliminated. It is going to be Pacers and Celtics playing on Thursday night. That is my prediction. I got Wizards making the 7th seed so far, and we'll get into that. Who's going to make the 8th seed? I got the Celtics. I got the Celtics making the 8th seed. And so now we're going to go back to our dashboard here where we have all our brackets. We're going to go to the West plan. And I'm going to tell you guys who I think is going to win that one. Start the tournament. Lakers, Warriors. Why does it just say Warriors? The loser of this one is going to be the Warriors. And the Lakers are going to be in that 7th seed, I predict. LeBron and AD, man, they're going to take over in the playoffs, and it's pretty much expected at this point. They're a godly duo in the NBA. But yeah, Grizzlies, Spurs, I don't think the Spurs really stand much of a chance. They're in that same type of position as the Hornets. It looked like they had some hope, but I don't think so now. I got Grizzlies and Warriors, that little rematch going on for the 8th seed. And who's going to end up winning the 8th seed? I think Steph's going to still win. And I say just Steph because he's going to help the Warriors a lot in the playoffs. So yeah, without further ado, let's get... I didn't make the finals, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, so next we're going to get to the East playoffs. This is what the bracket looks like. Should I zoom out? No, zoom out. Okay, that's probably the best view you guys are going to get. It's really hard to see. But real quick, we're going to zoom in. We're going to go down the line, so we're going to start Sixers and Celtics. Let me start the tournament real quick, my fault. I got to start all these tournaments. Sixers, Celtics, by the way, this is Bracket HQ if you guys want to use it. I got the Sixers winning in 6. I got the 6. I think I got the Sixers winning in 6 games. I think we could pick up 2 of them. But yeah, Sixers are going to win in 6 games. Moving on to Hawks and Knicks. This is for sure Game 7. Oh, who do I want to win this? I haven't really gone over this quite yet. Who do I think is going to win? Not who I want. It's unbiased. I'm going to go Knicks. I'm going to go Knicks. Knicks are going to win that series, I think. Moving on to Bucks and Heat. I think the Bucks... I think this series will go Game 7 with the Bucks winning. Oh, wow. And I think the Nets are going to beat the Wizards 4-2. Nets and Bucks in the second round. That is for sure going to be a Game 7. I'm not sure who's going to win that, but it's going to be a Game 7. Moving up here to Sixers and Knicks. I feel like this one could be a Game 7 as well. The Knicks are a really good team. I don't know. I don't really know. I probably should have went by bracket and kind of done first round stuff. You know what? Let's do that. I know it's going to be a lot of flipping back and forth, but we're going to go back and forth between brackets. Going to the West playoffs. We're going to start these. Jazz, Warriors. I got Warriors winning in 7. Now, that's probably not the best choice. But I think Steph should be able to get that done. That's an upset. I think it might happen. And I'm not saying the Jazz are a bad team, but, like, they're one of the worst first seeds, let's be real, in a minute. Yeah, they had a good season, but, like, looking at who they have, like, are they going to be able to handle Curry? I don't think so. Clippers, Mavericks, or Yeah, Clippers, Mavericks. I got the Clippers winning in 6. Maybe Luka can prove me wrong, but I think the Mavericks win in 6. Uh, Nuggets and Blazers. I got a Game 7 series. Definitely. I got the Trailblazers winning. I got the Trailblazers beating the Nuggets. Lakers and Suns. I think Lakers win in 6. I think it's safe to say that the Lakers win in 6. So yeah, that's the first round. We are going to get straight into the second round. We're just going to start back here. Clippers, Warriors. I got Clippers in... Do we want to go 6 or 7? I think the Clippers will definitely beat the Warriors, but I'm not really sure. I think we should go 6. I don't know. The Clippers are better than the Jazz. With everyone healthy, the Clippers are better than the Jazz. And they have some really good role players that the Jazz... I mean, they have Clarkson, but... Blazers, Warriors. It's going to be the Battle of LA. I think they could take it to Game 7. We are talking about the Trailblazers. I think they'll lose in Game 7 to the Lakers. Like, look... We got a 7-seed Lakers team making it to the freaking conference championship. Clippers, Lakers. Game 7, I think Lakers win. Game 7. I think Lakers win. I probably shouldn't have done that, actually. I'm stupid. Why did I complete that? Okay, Lakers are going to the championship. I'm not very organized with this so far. Bear with me. It's going to be a pretty short video. I probably should have analyzed a little more, but I think we're just going to go all in on it. 76ers and Knicks. I got the Sixers in 6. Yeah, I got the Sixers in 6, and I got the Nets in 7. I don't think there's going to be any absolute destruction. I think most of the teams in the playoffs stand a chance, which is kind of the beauty of it. I think the Nets and Sixers is a fair 1 and 2 seed for the East. I think it's fair. There's not much upsets in the East because the East is the East, and the best teams in the East are better than the other teams by a decent bit. Talking Sixers and Nets, I got Nets winning another 7-game series. It could possibly be 6, but Nets are your Eastern Conference champions. If they have everyone healthy, man, it's going to be scary. It's going to be extremely scary. Watch out for them. Next, we're going to talk about the playoffs or the finals. We've been talking about the playoffs. Should I go over each team? Maybe I should do like a team breakdown. That's not in the title of the video, but maybe I should. This video really isn't that long, and I want to give you guys some playoff analysis here, really. Let's do it. So, the first seed 76ers, they have the MVP, Joel Embiid, his sidekick, and Ben Simmons, and a third option in Tobias Harris. Fourth option is probably Seth Curry. It's a good team. Seth Curry can shoot, Ben Simmons can move the ball around, Embiid can just score overall, and so can Tobias Harris. And they're a really good defensive team as well. They have Matisse Thybulle obviously coming off the bench and playing great defensive minutes for them. So, yeah. Celtics struggled this year. Very inconsistent team, but I believe they will definitely be making the playoffs and win the play-in. And maybe not definitely. I think the game against the Pacers is going to be a super close game, but I think they should be able to squeeze it out. Obviously, we have Tatum, we have Kemba, we have Marcus Smart, we have hopefully Robert Williams and Tristan Thompson. Fournier has been red hot recently. Off the bench, we have Pritchard and Naismith. That's really all we have on the bench for elite bench players. Every once in a while, Romeo Langford, Tremont Waters, Carson Edwards will put up some decent games. Cornette's not too bad, but those are really what you're looking at. Celtics-wise, the 5th seed Hawks, their first option is obviously Trae Young, and their second and third are interchangeable between Clint Capella and John Collins. A very good rebounding team, a good team with the pick and roll. They also have Bogdanovich, a very underrated player that can shoot really well. I wish they had Cam Reddish so he could experience his playoffs with them. What else am I trying to say here? DeAndre Hunter's another rookie, or a second-year man that they might have for the playoffs. They have Gallinari, they have Lou Will. I don't know if they still have Solomon Hill, but they possibly have him. I mean, he's a veteran. He's been there, done that. Next, looking at the Knicks, the Cinderella story of the whole playoffs. Went from a bummy team last year with hardly any standout players to this year being led by Julius Randle. One of the best seasons as a Knicks since Carmelo Anthony. I feel like they've definitely found their next in Melo. Maybe not to the extent, but I think they've definitely found one in Julius Randle. The second option is RJ Barrett, and I wish Mitchell Robinson would be back to play. Unfortunately, he's not. Off the bench, they have Derrick Rose, who is an extremely talented guy. Alec Burks has been hot recently. I don't know if he's going to start or not. They don't play for a good bit, so yeah, that's pretty much the Knicks team. Moving on to the Bucks, they have Giannis, they have Drew Holiday, they have Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, some good board grabbing by Bobby Portis. Brent Forbes is a great player. Pat Connaughton can put up decent minutes off the bench. DiVincenzo is a really good role player. I think he's a starter, but really he's a role player on this team. No, I think he's on the bench. He's a really good role player, though. DiVincenzo's good. Snell, I don't know which team Snell's on, but he should also be mentioned. Moving on to the Heat, a very deep roster in the Heat. They have Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson, great shooter in Duncan Robinson. Tyler Hero's a great shooter. Goran Dragic is a veteran. He's been here for a while. He knows the ropes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Iguodala doesn't play a big part, but he's decent. Precious Achiuwa. They have some pretty good guys. They're deep. Let's just say that. Moving on to the Wizards, the Red Hot Wizards, one of the hottest teams in the NBA off of Russell Westbrook making history this year. Obviously, they have an amazing scorer in Bradley Beal. This is a really good duo, possibly the best in the league. In my opinion, it's possible that that's the best duo in the league. Other players, you got Rui. He's good. Raul Neto, Robin Lopez, he's been in the NBA for a good minute. They have Davis Bertans. That's really about it. Moving on to the Brooklyn Nets, you have the big three in Kyrie, KD, and Harden. And obviously you have Blake Griffin, you have DeAndre Jordan, you have Nicholas Claxton, Joe Harris. Very deep team. Bruce Brown, very, very good team. Very good team. One of the biggest super teams in NBA history. So, yeah, that is that conference. Now maybe the video is getting a little too long, but we're going to talk about the East decently quick. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. We'll go to the East. Or West. Talk about some of their players, and then I'll give you guys my my finals predictions. Something is caught in my throat. Oh my goodness. I've officially died on stream, guys. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Anyways. Starting with the 1 seed Jazz. Goodness gracious. Okay. 1 seed Jazz. I think they're definitely contenders, but compared to the Warriors in a dominant season that Steph Curry's had, I'm not sure if they'll be able to get this done. Obviously, they have Donovan Mitchell, they have Mike Conley, they have Rudy Gobert, they got Bogdanovich, they got Royce O'Neal. Off the bench, the best bench player in the league, Jordan Clarkson. They have George Niang. They have Ingles. Just really good stuff. A really good roster for the Jazz this season. They've had this roster for a while. But the players are starting to kind of develop. Looking at the Warriors, you got a Steph Curry, you got a Wiggins, you got a Draymond Green. I don't think Wiseman's coming back. That was another decent option. They had Jordan Poole, they have Mulder, Toscano Anderson, decent player in him. That's about it. Moving on to the Mavericks, obviously Luka and Porzingis are big, and then Tim Hardaway. They have Josh Richardson. To be honest, I don't really know a whole lot about this Mavericks team. They have Dwight Powell. I don't know if they still have Kleba. Marjanovic is a fan favorite. but he's not really that good. No offense. Going to the Clippers, you obviously have PG and Kawhi. You have Reggie Jackson, you have Batum, you have Marcus Morris, you have Ivica Zubac, you have Rondo and Boogie off the bench, which is insanely solid. Yeah, they're going to go far. This is a team that we really didn't think would do much this year after what happened to them last year, but I think they could get something done this year. Possibly beat the Lakers, you never know. Next are the Nuggets. Obviously, without Jamal Murray, I couldn't really see them going too far. Jamal Murray was a big part, and he performs really well in the playoffs, so without him, they're kind of, I don't know, man. Nuggets, though. Jokic, MPJ, they have a impact player in Campazzo. Marcus Howard's pretty good. Paul Millsap. Monte Morris, I think. Austin Rivers. I don't know as much about their team as I thought I did. That's really who I know. Trailblazers, best offense in the NBA, in my opinion. You got Dame, you got Dwight Powell, you got 3J McCollum, you got Nurkic, you have Enes Kanter coming off the bench. Really good team. There's not much needed to explain. Harry Giles is another player they have. He's okay. I don't know too much. I'm missing some players, but I don't know too much there. Moving on to the Lakers. I watch them often because one of the best players of all time, LeBron, is on it, and I'm always curious to see what he's able to do, and he's came back from this injury looking better than ever. AD came back from his injury looking better than ever. They got Kuz, they got KCP, they got Caruso, they got THT, they got Schroeder back, I think. They got Drummond. Oh, yes, Drummond. Drummond is an absolute machine. He is going to go crazy in the playoffs. That's about it. Suns, you have Devin Booker, you have CP3, you have Mikal Bridges. I don't think they have enough playoff experience to beat this Lakers team. Lakers have a lot of playoff experience under their belts, a lot of veterans. Lakers also have Montrezl Harrell too. Suns have Ayton. I said the big three really. Etwan Moore's played really good in their last game. Maybe he can get some quality minutes. Cameron Payne's a beast, to be honest. He's good. So yeah, now we're going to get to the finals. I didn't really make a bracket for this, but I'm calling Nets in 7. I think Nets are going to be able to win. Their team is too good, but if LeBron wins, this is going to be one of the most legendary rings in recent history, and I'm not kidding. Obviously, well, he had another legendary ring coming back 3-1, but this is going to be crazy. Like, yeah, sprained ankle doesn't do much, but when you miss 20 games, come back, have to play in a play-in tournament, and go from the 7th seed to the NBA championship and win, it's a tough journey no matter how good of a player you are. And if LeBron wins this championship, it's going to solidify his legacy. Is he better than Jordan after this? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not the one to call that, but it's definitely going to solidify his legacy. So, yeah, those are my playoff predictions. I think the Nets are going to win. But that's just because they're too good not to win. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a good night.